Eddah Gachukia is passionate about education. When she was a little girl, her father defied traditions of the time and sent her to school. That's why she found a love for learning, and this saw her start the journey towards building a formidable group of schools.
In 1974, somebody had a little kindergarten here in this house where they wanted to sell it. And a friend of ours heard about it and came and talked to my husband. He came, he asked me, would you be interested in running a kindergarten? And I was so excited. At this time, I was a lecturer at the University of Nairobi. Little did I know that I would have to move to another area completely. So we came, we saw it, very small, expatriate. We liked it very much indeed, but now it took me back to my curriculum, research and development time, where I was very excited about how children learn.
From humble beginnings, her venture has grown to incorporate a staff of over 500 with 3,000 students and even an accredited university.
3 children. By the end of the year, there were 5. All right? Humble beginnings and patience, a lot of patience and a lot of hardship. But there you are. This is really typical of any concern in which you have put your heart. So we started very small. In fact, we had again the finances to put up the school. The regulations at that time, you needed 7 acres to start a primary school. Right? We took a house here belonging to the East African Wildlife Society. That's where they are now. But at that time, they were not occupying it. So they agreed that we rent it. And that's where the school started.
The 4-decade endeavor has been punctuated by pitfalls. Accessing seed capital was a major concern, but this did not deter Eddah.
I'll tell you how hard it was in those days. If you have no money to put up classrooms, when the children come, you want to split a classroom, you have no money, and you have to look for space. You need space, okay? You can afford a teacher, but I want you to note this. This living room you see here, this veranda has at one stage been a classroom. Okay, so that I can, you can begin to appreciate some of the challenges of growth. I mean, a new year comes and you have more children than you had the previous term or than you are expecting. So you split them and you look for a teacher and you put a class here. And you put up your teaching aids, you take down any pictures that you had, unless they're appropriate for young children. And that's how we managed.
Her work in the education sector has been recognized by international bodies, some of which employ her as an advisor.
Like I've done some work with the agencies, UNICEF, for example, when they wanted to really bring out the issues in girls' education. I did some work with them on a short-term basis. UNESCO on issues to do with population, and especially adolescents and adolescent pregnancy. I was very, very vocal and very, very instrumental in getting the policies changed so that girls could have babies and come back to school, because education is a right.
Shaping young minds has given Eddah experience to impart wisdom to those wishing to venture into business.
Don't be in a hurry. You need tons and tons of patience to develop an institution. Don't build a school and imagine that children will flock there the following day. It takes ages to cultivate the clout that makes children hear your name and they say, oh yes, or makes parents come to you. It needs time, it needs patience. Of course, in the primary school, it takes 8 years before you develop any credibility with the majority of Kenyan parents, because they bring their children here so that they can pass the KCPE.